Egypt is in a sovereign trap. It grows the world's finest cotton, yet imports its own surgical gowns. This is not an agricultural failure. It is an architectural failure. For over a century, the system was designed for one thing: to extract the raw cotton, a biological treasure of the Nile, and let others capture its value. Egypt grows the legend. The world spins the profit. The question is not how to grow better cotton. The question is, how does Egypt escape the colonial commodity trap and command the value chain of its own heritage? There is a city in China that faced the same structural dilemma. Its answer provides the escape blueprint. For 27 weeks, we've been inside the laboratories of Chinese urban strategy, reverse engineering their playbooks for sovereignty. Every principle is stress-tested in a specific Chinese city first. And this week, the critical model comes from a city that refused to be a mining town. City 27, Jincheng Shangxing. Jincheng was built on coal, but it refused to just dig and ship. It outlawed the export of raw coal. Instead, it forced every ton mined into a local closed-loop industrial system: coking plants, chemical refineries, synthetic fibers. Coal wasn't a commodity anymore. It was captive feedstock. Jincheng didn't just mine wealth. It architected sovereignty. This is the vertical sovereignty principle. Egypt's Giza cotton is Jincheng's coal. The blueprint is to ban the export of raw Giza cotton and force it through a sovereign Egyptian refinery from seed to sterile suture. Last week in City 26, Wuxi, we saw how a city turned a poisoned lake into a pristine, engineered environment and sold access to that purity as a premium experience. Wuxi proved that scarcity can be manufactured and cleanliness can be weaponized into economic command. For Egypt, this isn't about cleaning a lake. It's about engineering the ultimate standard of purity into its most famous fiber and selling that guarantee to a world desperate for trust. But to build this sovereign refinery, Egypt needs more than one principle. It needs an integrated stack. First, the Chuanso velocity. From pirate port to global sportswear empire, Chuanso's DNA is decisive, identity-driven swarming. Egypt must activate its pharaonic Nile sovereign DNA. Not for nostalgia, but for the speed and scale to seize this historical opening in global supply chains. Second, the Jiangmen target. Jiangmen didn't fight Honda for the luxury bike market. It built the perfect bike for Africa's roads and became its uncontested supplier. Egypt must not fight Italy for luxury linens. It must own the uncontested niche of sovereign biomedical textiles, where the customer is a hospital, not a homeowner, and the premium is for certified safety, not thread count. Third, the Changzhou foresight. Changzhou, China's sugar capital, used its sucrose profits to fund and patent the next generation sweetener, monk fruit. The best is for Egypt to use the final profits from raw cotton exports to fund the Giza Biomaterial Institute, a sovereign patent vault for the future of smart, bioactive medical fabrics. Fourth, the Zhong'an Foundation. Zhong'an is building the digital and regulatory operating system for a 2035 metropolis before the city is built. Egypt must code the sovereign textile OS into its new administrative capital, first enacting the Giza medical grade standard and launching the traceability ledger as the capital's foundational laws. Fifth, the Yingkou social engine. Yingkou turned ancestral land into a blockchain-based community trust, making farmers permanent shareholders in their own future. Egypt must lock in its cotton growers through the Giza Growers Sovereign Trust, transforming them from price takers into vested guardians of the sovereign stack. Sixth, the Wanzhou narrative. After its city was drowned by the Three Gorges Dam, Wanzhou rebuilt its identity around grilled fish, turning catastrophe into an irreplicable brand. Egypt's narrative is from colonial extraction to sovereign standard. The century of value capture is not a shameful past. It is the burning platform for a sovereign reset. These 6 layers form a closed, self-reinforcing loop. This is the sovereign refinery. It transforms a legendary raw material into a governed platform of global necessity. Next week in City 28, Panzihua, we decode the industrial-agricultural symbiosis principle. How a steel city forced its pollution to feed its orchards, creating a closed loop of industrial and biological value. It's the perfect model for turning waste into worth, and it completes the picture of a sovereign, circular economy. The outcome for Egypt is not more cotton bales. It is the Giza medical grade seal. A sovereign guarantee of purity, traceability, and trust, becoming as essential to hospitals as an FDA approval. Egypt shifts from a supplier of luxury to the guarantor of security. The blueprint is decoded. The capital, both political and financial, exists. The refinery is designed. All that remains is the sovereign will to build it. For the full Egypt cotton sovereignty blueprint, check link in description. For institutions or leaders ready to move from insight to execution, the conversation begins with a standing intelligence mandate. Contact details are in the bio. This is China in 5. We decode the operating systems of sovereignty.